Game in a tent. $1,000 and you can't pay the rent. God damn it. Phone, stop doing that. Fingers of the purse. $1,000 is a good of the bait. You know, we're living in a failed state. Zukov, hey! Afterlives, willing to survive. Nothing was looking, not able to say. And the guts and different so you got away. You got the criminal to put on your plate. You know, you're living in a failed state. It's all fire. It's on water. I'm changed deniers. Transition, the position, fires, the hot lights, it's a corporation, there's weight, you're living in a failed state. Hey! It's a vampire, it's a pull back. You gotta use your daggers to think it's to his tack. You are using the senses, hey, phone. All these years end, your budget. It's like a great year, you're living in a failed state. Psycho with a gun, guns up and fired until it's done. This festival is a fire zone. The only thing is acting alone. And summer, thank God, is you find a plate. You're living in a failed state. You're living in a failed state. You're living in a failed state. Wait, David Rose goes pretty hard sometimes. It's like, damn. I can already tell this is DRI. Yep, that's DRI. Dude. I win! You lose! I lose! You win! 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 You win! I lose! 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 You win! Hey, get back here. Ooh, that felt fucking great. Ooh, nice. Goddamn it, phone charger. Don't be retarded. Stay in one spot. Thank you. Thank you. That's way better. It's way better. Oh shit, we're getting a phone call.
Hello, honey. Hey, finally got your headphones set. Sure, huh? Ah. When is it charged enough? So we're sitting here talking. What are you doing the next carts or are you still doing the other carts that you were talking about?
Having a little long go conversation. I thought we were gonna have a little quick one. Very brisk. I guess not. I win, you lose. 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 I win, you win. I win, I win, I win, I win, I win, I win. Plan. That song goes so fucking hard though. I mean, I cannot wait for the next song that DRI plays live. What the fuck is that doing, bro?
Oh my bad, I didn't realize you were talking to Oh, okay. Huh. So that's gotta be annoying. Not fun at all.
Yes.
Is it a little bit weird that you weren't able to talk to me during that time?
When they call you a team, you better learn how to scream.
I sent you like a couple videos on Messenger, so when you get on your break, you can watch them. Sounds like fun is what you gotta say. Oh, so for a second it almost sounded like you said, sounds like fun. What the hell?
Call the shots.
While he's streaming, I'm sitting here in the garage. I don't want to be standing outside because it's way too cold. Andrew says hi, by the way.
Ever pop out on the street?
Beyonce said hi. She's at work, or else she probably would.
Well, send her my stream in the future, just for her to check it out.
I'll send her your stream info to check it out. Oh, actually, she's seen your stream info on my phone.
Oh, shit. Well, hey, fuck yeah, honestly. I mean, because, hey, the more people, the better, as far as I care. I'm always down for more people hanging out.
Oh, is that all they're having you do right now for the last bit of time? What time are you getting off of work tonight?
it's a waterwork us. Waterwork us and waterwork us.
I think you should probably get off a little bit earlier if you got to go pick Munchkin up. Or Kyle.
Calling the shots.
I think you should probably get off at 5.
Oh, I just realized. Oh, I'm gonna
My
have some
mind-
delicious
My
thankness
mind just went in the gutter.
to
for a
reheat
second.
tomorrow. That was gonna be so amazing.
So she literally said the machines in hard, crushing the boxes, like smashing the boxes good enough. My mind went to the gutter.
Fun.
Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. Okay, you got in there. Okay, like that was quite hilarious. My mind always goes to the gutter when I have the chance to take the opportunity to get. So I saw the best opportunity and I took it. I recovered most of my pictures for and stuff like that, but I don't have the picture of all 3 of us. Me, you, and Hunter when we were out there. When we took a picture at the Vista House. So you're gonna have to send that one to me again. Because I restored my chats, but I was like looking through my Facebook Messenger chats and I couldn't find it. And it irritated me because I wanted to have that as my picture. Like right now I have the picture of just you and me on my lock screen. But I want to where it's all 3 of us. Also, you did promise you would send me all those pictures from when we went to the aquarium in Newport. And you never did. Yes, I know you have a busy life. Well, fine. Be that way, honey.
Damn.
Oh my God, Andrew.
Got blocked. Damn.
Yeah, you heard what I said.
Damn.
I thought it was funny.
You got blocked.
No, it was about the so we went down to Newport and we went to the aquarium in Newport. And
Oh, nice.
My phone was acting up the whole time when we were
Oh,
taking
I
pictures
hate
and
shit
stuff.
like that.
So
I feel
was
ya.
telling her, I was like, you promised to send me all those pictures and you never did.
Damn.
But then she said, I was like, well, I do have
So my friend Ripsy
Busy
never sent me
life.
pics from Minneapolis. I know my friend Ripsy never did that for me. I was like, bruh, my phone was shit. It's like my new phone did not arrive yet. It's like, bruh, send me all those epic pics. Dude, we had a blue rooster and a fucking cherry with a spoon at this random park, and we literally call it the blue cock and cherry, dude. We literally call it the popped, blue cock and cherry, bro. That was like the name of the park. We nicknamed it that just on the virtue of, it's like, bro, I love it. And it's like, send me all those pics. And I never got any of them yet. It's like, bruh.
She's listening to all this. I'm pretty sure she's laughing her
I'll
ass
just put
off
her,
right
put
now.
her on speaker. I mean, I want to make sure she really hears me. Put her on speaker. Because,
I'm still
it's a hilarious
talking
story. I mean, because, dude, that was the first morning that we showed up at Minneapolis. And, like, we showed up in the early morning at, like, fucking 7. And I was like, and we were all like, you know what? We need to go to our apartment at, like, or our fucking hotel at, like, 3. So we have shitload of time to kill. So we're like, well, what's a bunch of parks we could go check out? And there was like at least 3 or 4 that were, near our area, and we just checked a bunch of them. and they were legitimately really cool as fuck. But one of them literally had this big blue rooster,
You'll be like,
this literal big blue cock, a big blue rooster,
the blue rooster cock.
and they had a cherry on top of a spoon as an art piece, and we called it the popped blue rooster and cherry. You know, the popped blue cock and cherry, dude. That's what we nicknamed it, or just strictly the cock and cherry part.
The radio playing and he's talking to you. Can you turn down the music a little bit? Would that be okay?
Yeah, sure, yeah. Ah! Yeah, that'll be okay. I mean, put it on speaker. Yeah, I'll turn it out a little bit and just put it on speaker.
Alrighty, honey, you're on speaker. He wants you to hear everything.
Don't worry about it.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Actually, I'm gonna go back to where it's the earpiece. Are you cool with that? Going back to the earpiece.
Oh. It's not cracked open.
I haven't. I mean, I used them the other day for music and stuff, and it worked great. I just got to get a micro USB charger port for it. The cord, at least. No, baby, it's the micro USB. So that's all.
Tomorrow playing music.
So Logan,
What's up, man?
You on the phone, sorry.
Oh, sorry, playing music too.
We're looking at you.
Hey, boy.
What you're saying.
yeah, I think you actually do
your
exist.
face. Think I got the. Are we out of cigarettes?
No, I'll buy some more.
Oh, thank
Actually,
God. Oh, thank God. The song's
But
about
yeah,
being in the
I
right
mean,
place in life, which I am not.
I want to be able to use them
Oh,
and
and you
stuff.
got.
and
Shut up.
I hope I
I
get to
also
see you
got
and-
3. I didn't
at
know
least
you were
I
gonna
hope I
come
get to
over
see
because I
Munchkin
couldn't use it
tomorrow.
for.
Those are for you too?
Because I've been wanting to.
I was meaning to, but
Okay. That's fine.
I'll ask. If not, I'll give you
Well, it depends. Are they rum?
just for punch. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Probably, unless if he decides to actually he wants to see me, then that'd be really cool because I'd like to see our child.
Please. Thank you. So, I'm not quitting Domino's.
Oh, at the play
My
pace, yeah.
manager
Because I can always meet you
got
guys
screwed
there.
by other people harder, and she needs me.
Because it's not that hard to go there.
Oh, damn,
And
really?
I
Pretty
kind of
easy.
need her too, because I figure this. I got 2 big problems in my life besides Michael.
Oh, Zukov's just bitching.
Boy.
Bean.
Oh.
Gabanza bean.
Boy.
Good boy. Yeah, sweet bean.
Do jazzy sounds. You make jazzy
Sujo.
You don't make veto sounds. You make jazzy
The only time he ever makes video sounds, he loves to yawn it. Like instead of going, yeah, he'll go like he'll do that.
Hey, give me a different. You use that one for. It's
Oh.
a floor cigarette.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
Hey, at least it's a freshies. I literally bought these tonight.
So, I figured this is what I figured on the fly. Don't be prideful. Be humble, because I have a bigger problem than occupational problem. Where I live is fucking terrible. I got the Brianna bullshit. I got the Harley bullshit. Now I've got frat boy Marcus bullshit. Told you about that. He brought like 10 people into my house randomly.
Yeah,
Now
I know you told me
now
about
Michael's
that. Yeah,
gone.
we were
Now
going to the
Michael's
Yankees.
gone. Now it's frat boy central.
It's like, dude, that's not a cool thing for you to do, bro.
He
It's like,
apologized to me only because I bitched so loud to my brother outside he could hear me through his window.
And honestly, like
You even do it, you said that
you
you
should
said
have
it.
confronted you one-on-one, be like,
You
yo,
should-
was
you-
I doing was bad?
He
And
texted me and said, "Oh yeah, my bad, I fucked up."
no, dude, fuck this sexist shit. You need to like, not just him, or not just you, but like, you know, he needs to like, no, fuck this texting bullshit. Like, it needs to be a one-on-one convo because you're fucking roommates. So fuck the texting shit. Like, y'all are more than
There's nothing he
capable.
can say to make up for it now. I've already.
It doesn't matter. He needs to, you know, even if he apologizes for it, it doesn't matter. Like,
I will
even
still be bros, but I want out. I want out.
I know it's like,
I
yo,
want out of this house
you
more than I
absolute-
want out of Domino's.
yeah, you
That's how
can,
bad it is.
yeah, you can absolutely tell him it's like, yo, this is a line crossed,
Once
and it's
I-
like, no,
once-
fuck this shit,
Once
dude.
I move, Brianna and her family are gone. All I have to do is change my number, my phone
Yeah.
number. They won't know where to find me after that.
Yeah,
And then Michael, he's gone. Harley and
he's
Marcus.
already kind of
then-
semi-gone now at this point.
Harley and Marcus, they'll be gone. It'll just be me and my dogs at that point. And I will suck Domino's dick right now. You know? Just for a few more weeks, just to get the fuck out of here. Because I have a savings. Once I have verifiable enough income, I get into a place, I can quit that motherfucking bitch.
Yeah,
And have a good excuse. Just figure it out. No, it's nothing against you guys. It's not because you're not giving me good hours. It's I've moved to like Wilsonville.
yeah, you do your own
I
thing.
said-
Yeah,
I
you
moved
got
to,
your
like,
own.
Wilsonville.
Yeah, you literally have your personal reasons as to why.
No, I say I moved to like way too far away. The commute makes no sense anymore.
No matter what, it's a personal reason.
No, just tell them it doesn't make sense. Would you want to commute from Wilsonville all the way up to Northeast Portland? You wouldn't. You would want to go to another Domino's.
Mm-hmm.
And because I'm doing this for them, now they have to give me a good reference. Ha ha! Because that was a problem. Remember? That was a problem. So, this is good.
Yeah,
This isn't like sacrificing my pride. This is actually doing what's best for me. This is where wisdom comes with age.
yeah.
Because if I was 19,
Experience.
she asked
Experience with age, you know, comes with a lot of value.
She would have asked me 10 years ago, is this really your last week? I would have been like, yeah, it's my fucking last week, you dumb bitch. You fucked me up. You know what I mean? I'm fucking out of here. No, I said, well, the thing is, I just don't have enough hours. Like, it just can't, it doesn't, you know, it just doesn't work. That's why I said to her now. It's like,
Yeah,
you know, I gotta go do something else. And she's like, well, what if I gave you 4 days a week in a row? So now I'm gonna be on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
yeah.
The only shitty part about that is I have to work with Sal on Wednesday, who's the 18-year-old who thinks he owns and controls everything and is
Oh, like
knowledgeable.
A jock bro kind of guy.
No, he's not a jock. He just thinks he's fucking like he
All
has-
that in a bag of chips, basically.
No, he thinks he's God.
All that in a
Everybody,
bag of chips.
everybody hates him. No one wants to work with Sal.
Hyper narcissistic, all that
Yes.
in a bag of chips
Yes.
kind of guy. Yeah.
He's got problems.
Sounds like he needs to really be fucking lightened a little bit
I'll,
and fucking humbled.
I'll deal with his ass 1 day a week for a month so I can get the fuck away from Harley and Marcus as roommates. I'll be their friends forever.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not trustworthy.
Yeah.
They're not. I love how me and you discovered these at the same time and how they're fucking
I mean, I've had those for a while. They're pretty good.
Yep.
They're
for, an
amazing.
IP, for a 9%er, it's way better than a 10% earthquake.
Yeah.
It's actual beer, not a
Because
destroying your body.
that ain't triple ass beer. It ain't gonna fucking taste like ass, kick your ass, and fucking hit your ass. Oh, yeah. I
And it
know.
has hops. Calm you
Mhm.
down.
Yep.
That's why I like the IPAs. Well, it does have the high alcohol percentage, but it's the high hops.
Yeah.
Irvine Herb literally calms you the fuck down.
Yeah.
Literally, my medication, they have not figured it out. Medications,
Yeah.
they've had like 6 months, my psychologist, to get my medication right. They haven't. I'm like, I need
Damn.
anxiety meds bad. And I've had to self-medicate with IPA.
Wow.
Give me the hops,
Take a piss real quick.
Yeah.
Bang. Don't fall, mate. Just stay there.
Well, stream. It's just you and me.
The Grim Slim Reaper. Oh God, I look like Voldemort with a nose and a beard. I guess I don't look like Voldemort. Really? No one on stream? We need to get some Hawaii people on here, man. We need to go to like Hawaii and recruit some people on this stream. So we can do this shit all night long. We do this shit all night long with or without y'all. So we need some Hawaii people on here. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking cold in Portland. It's like 36 degrees right now. Fucking cold. This music though. Musical change, musical shift. I tried to entertain your stream, but there's no one on the stream. And I told the stream, me and you need to go to Hawaii and recruit people to the stream. So,
Oh shit! I didn't even realize you were right there.
I know. I was trying to entertain, but there's no one to entertain. There's literally no one
I
on.
mean, it's a late night, so I know.
That's why I said we need to recruit Hawaii people.
People from Hawaii,
people.
and
Hawaii.
Hawaii people. Okay.
and also people from Europe.
They'd be asleep.
right by you guys.
Well, no, they will be
Other direction.
morning. Yeah, no, they'll be in the morning. Like, oh, I'm about to wake up and go to work. You know, kind of. You know,
Yeah.
Okay, we're going, boys.
the morning crew. You know,
We're doing
Germans, the French, and shit.
We're about to do a 3-man weave here.
A three-man weave.
Fucking what's his face? Zoidberg.
Yeah, it's only
Zoidberg,
Get your
dude.
rabbi now.
What am I supposed to do? Just stick this up my ass?
Yes. Yes.
It's stuck here. Like, where do I put all this?
I don't know. I mean, dude, that power cord over there fucking died. Outlet, so we're having to like figure it out, I guess. I don't know. I mean, you could try to put it down there and see if that works, or that worked. There you go. Hey, there you go. You're sharing the space.
Now I get
The blunt of the music.
This is like when you're in a, what's it called?
What's
Massage chair and it massages your
Yeah.
ass.
The butt vibrator.
What's awesome is there's also Dumbia by Steve Diaz, the former guitarist of Los Malvados. This is Azul. This is a fucking epic song too, honestly, for the vibe.
Like I said on stream, I was like, musical shift.
Yeah, hit that.
That is the good news. That day.
That's kind of how I feel a little bit.
Yeah.
Good news, bad news, because when I showed up, oh my god, it was fucked. But by the end of the night, it was actually pretty good.
Man, I'm so excited I get to see my fucking stepson tomorrow.
You got a stepson? Oh yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. That's
He
pretty
went
cool.
hunting with his dad for 2 weeks.
Nice.
That's badass.
Fuck
So
yeah,
now
that's pretty awesome.
I'm not gonna lie, like I'm
never been
excited that I get to see him tomorrow.
I've never been hunting myself. I've always wanted to go hunting one day.
Never been hunting.
I mean, I got a 12 gauge for it. I got substitutes by 30 now. I don't know if it, I mean, my AK is legally allowed for hunting. because I would need like a certain magazine capacity. Like there's a certain requirement, and I need a hunt license also. Like there's things I need to get into. I would love to honestly though. My dad has like a 30-06 Springfield M1903 and a 12 gauge of his own. And I would love for him to bring those back up here, in our household, because the 30-06 in Springfield, oh my God, I would love to have those. Because both those rifles are 30-06, and both of them are hunting rifles. I mean, in the M1903 Springfield, there's a scope for it. I mean, and especially like an old school, like World War II style scope or something. Woo! Woo! Imagine me hunting a good old 9-point buck on that son of a bitch or something, dude. Ooh.
Problem is, once we hunt it, what are you gonna do with all the meat?
Put it in the freezer and fucking freeze it up and.
You don't have a freezer big enough for that.
I know. From my understanding, I think there's that freezer should work. An outlet where that freezer broke, but I think that freezer still works. It just needs to be cleaned out a little bit, but honestly, once that freezer gets back into working condition, which basically, I think honestly, you just need to find an outlet where it works. But beyond that, that freezer right there will be perfect.
How old's your stepson?
7 years old.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice, dude.
He's at that age where he's like figuring shit out all the time.
He
all the time figuring shit out.
Yeah, and dude, and give it a
And
decade later.
He actually loves me more than he actually really loves his biological dad.
Damn, dude.
Good, he has both of them.
Yeah, the cool badass stepdad, and then you got the stepdad's, or you got the dad who's like, I'm disciplinary, but you got stepdad's like, I'm kind of cool and I'm gonna show you cool shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I really feel with me being an uncle, because I'm about to be that myself here pretty soon, and it's like I cannot wait to be kind of like the cool uncle in like a decade or so, give or take, and because I know that you just found out you're an uncle.
Crazy, man. My cousin did ancestry and literally found my long lost older brother. And I have a brother who's 11 years older than me, out in fucking Northern Cali. He's got a 17-year-old and a 15-year-old, so I'm an uncle all of a sudden.
Oh, hell yeah.
I know he existed. I know that my oldest brother was
You
out
just never knew you were uncle all this time.
I knew he was out there. My mom put him up for adoption. She was raped when she was 18. And put him up for adoption. I thought he had a really good life. Better than my fucking life, I tell you what. He's been married for 19 years since he was 20 years old. Seems like he's been doing pretty well for himself. Beautiful angel man. Motherfucker is so good looking.
Alright, who wants that? Okay, alright, claimed. It's been claimed.
Fruit punch. Never had one of these before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he already claimed it.
I was gonna. I did mention it. He already went right for it.
Oh, that's totally fine. I'm okay with that.
I should have made sure both of you were paying attention, but because I would have all let you fight for it.
Oh, you're totally cool. You got me 2 beers, so I'm not bitching.
Oh, I was gonna do a little cheers before you did that. Skibbity bop bop, yes. They did specify there was a coconut orange thing that had rum, and I know this did not have rum in it. So it must have been either vodka or something else.
This is delicious.
It is delicious. Oh my!
It's fucking.
I should have gotten 5 at least, or 6 or something. Damn. If I knew that we were gonna have the kickback that we did, damn, I would have gotten way more.
Here's the thing, man.
At least 3 at minimal.
My schedule is gonna be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, right? But Domino's corporate just
mandated that we have to try out our location an hour later every night now. We're going to close at 1 a.m. Sunday.
Ew, brother, ew.
Sunday.
What's that?
Sunday,
What's that, brother?
Sunday through Thursday.
Ew.
1 a.m. And then,
Brother, ew.
and then Friday and Saturdays, we're closing at 2. So instead of me getting off at like 11:30 on Friday, Saturdays, now I'm getting off at 1. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to make the Duffy's thing happen anymore.
Nah, dude, nah.
I might be able to show up. I don't think I'll be able to do any karaoke.
Be like, nah, just literally be like,
I only did one
no,
song
here's
for
my
that.
shifts.
Yeah.
I will say no later than post midnight or 12:30, whatever your shifts are as late as they are. Like, be like, no, I ain't saying no longer than that. This already compromises me as it is.
Nah, I'm not complaining.
If you were firm on that, they would be like, all right, fine, we'll keep you on the shift and stuff. Because I already know you don't really like those evening shifts. You'd rather have
more like when it's dead, I'll just be like, hey,
I'm gonna leave early.
can I leave early? I got some shit that people want me to
I mean,
do
if
tonight."
the evening manager, yeah, because that's how my work is basically. As soon as the store directors or store managers leave, like
I'll still
the
show up.
PICs or the store managers or like the heads at that point, they don't give a fuck.
I'll still be there at like 1:15.
Yeah,
But I won't get to sing no karaoke.
yeah.
Yeah.
I actually found out like there's actually been kind of a funny little.
sacrifice.
I actually found out there was a little inside joke between me because a couple weeks ago I've told you about how I on my lunch break I accidentally fell asleep for like 3 hours unintentionally and shit where I was like an all-nighter and shit, like we had those espresso beans and everything like we had and like apparently word got around about that, not to the store directors or the managers or anything, but literally everybody else apparently. Because there's one of the guys that used to be at the bar, you know him, Travis, right?
Travis, yeah.
Yeah, he works at my store now, and he was like, oh yeah, you're not gonna sleep for 3 hours on the break, right? And I was like, oh, you know about my shit, right? And it's like, yeah, and there's and there's a few other people that didn't. It's like, wait, what happened? And I had to tell him a little bit of the story about why that joke was there. And yeah, it was literally because like I had an all-nighter. I had a bunch of coffee, but, during my lunch break, that's when I just crashed. I literally closed my eyes for 1 second, and when I opened my eyes, not really thinking anything else, I didn't realize I literally slept for or had a power nap for 3 hours.
Because I know I'll eventually be coming back over here, so they gotta, my girl probably be calling me again. Oh, okay.
No worries. But yeah, it was just like, damn, dude. I was just like, and when I came back, like, a few of the, Silas and one other PIC came over to me. It's like, hey, was that your lunch, right? And I was like, yes, that was, but I just unintentionally, took a nap. And when I didn't mean to, I've been really tired and exhausted, blah, blah. I just told them what was what. And they're like, no worries. Just in the future, just let us know if that ends up being a possibility or whatever, or blah, blah, blah. They didn't care. And honestly, because the store managers have not said a fucking word since, I think they cut their, loose lips and ships thing. I think they actually kind of hooked me up a little bit on that one. I'm just like, you know what? I ain't going to complain about it because I'm glad that they did not tell that to the store directors. Because if so, they would have fucking hit my ass, weeks ago on that one.
Could I have a mook?
Yeah, actually. Yeah.
But could I play my song that I want to play to the mook?
If you want.
My drug / religious spiritual experience with my mooks, where I half kill myself, half am reborn.
Don't be like that.
You know what I'm talking about. Mooks
Yeah.
do some shit to me now.
I will say,
I don't
I mean,
think
this song
anyone
is a very long
I've
one,
never
so
seen-
I'll just, pause it anyway, because it's like literally.
I don't think mooks do anything. I don't think
they do. They
do
do,
something different to me than other people. Like,
dude. They make you kind of almost like semi like I need to have like a spiritual like enlightenment moment kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have like a
I don't
moment
know
where
what- I
like
don't
I'm
understand.
going deep as fuck, yeah, low key.
I don't know.
And- but
It's because I like
that
and
and also-
different than people. I don't know what I'm doing different, but it doesn't hit people the same way.
Maybe I don't know.
I'm just
I mean,
like,
honestly, I don't even
whoa.
know because, dude, I have.
I'm like, I will die, and then be rebirthed from. I'm like the phoenix.
Damn. I mean, I will say this. Like, for
I
me,
feel
I've had
everything.
moments where I'm like, oh shit, that hit just hit me fucking good. And I'm just like, fuck. But it will never be like that, though.
You see me, I'm like, I'm gonna die,
I know, I've seen that.
and then it's like, I'm reborn. or it, or sometimes I'm reborn. I'm dying. It's one of the. I'm not.
It
going
literally
through
is capítulos dos. I mean, it's
Going-
one or the other,
I'm going through
basically.
one of the processes. One of
Brian's
those
like,
two.
what the fuck did I just walk into? Damn.
That's good, dude.
It's good, dear. That is good, dear.
I'm sitting here talking with one of my friends.
You're a woman.
Well, I was talking with my woman. She's off on her break at 3:30.
Oh, it's almost 3:30.
Exactly.
Nice. Seems like you
Nice.
got yourself a good woman. You know?
Yep.
And nowadays, it seems like that is the hardest time to come
God
across
damn
a
it.
good woman of all time.
Mhm.
It's like women used to be good all over the place. Now they have all this freedom. And they have these grandmothers and mothers be like, men fucked us over. Take that freedom, throw your weight around.
I treat my woman with respect and treat her right.
Well, that's how you should do.
Well, also,
You
like,
can-
I
you
mean,
can do that, and then they still crazy and fuck you over. There's some bad crazy bitches out
I
here.
She's
mean, that
gone,
was always
she's
going.
gone.
That was always going on, even before, like, you know, they had like complete like freedom, so to speak, or whatever.
She
Like,
went,
Great responsibility comes with great power comes great responsibility.
she went through a shitty life.
Sure.
Where she had a shitty ex-husband.
I mean,
and
there's a
treated
lot
her
of
like
women out
shit.
there. I mean, you
Yeah.
can't even think historically that have done that.
And then
You
she
know?
met someone like me who actually treated her right and did all that kind of shit. And then we took our breaks during
Yeah.
our relationship and stuff,
Yeah.
but we still fought for what we wanted.
Well, that is commendable, and I respect y'all. I'm just saying that nowadays there are more women than ever who are throwing their freedom around haphazardly, and they I
Maybe we just
my,
saw-
my ex-girlfriend and her sisters come up and they're like, men
Maybe
ain't
not-
shit, men ain't shit.
Well, maybe not.
Shit. Meanwhile, their uncles, grandfathers, all the people that are men in their family are good, but the women in their family are why they were abused.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
not. Well, maybe
You
they're
get-
not
you
throwing
see
it.
what I'm saying? Like,
Well, maybe not throwing it the right way.
like, what are you
Because,
talking
like,
about?
well, maybe
You
they're
got a
not.
bunch of good guys in your lives.
Sure.
You got all the people providing for
Well,
you.
maybe not throwing
Yeah.
it in the right way because, like, I
Man,
mean,
we should get a heater up in this fucking bitch. It's fucking cold as
Oh,
fuck.
It's-
I said that
it's-
on stream. It's 36 degrees tonight, dude. What the fuck?
and it's also a garage
I know,
too.
my girl lives out in fucking Corbett and she has to drive from the Home Depot off of Stark.
Oh, and it's probably
My
way colder
brother's
up there
sleeping
because
in
it's
my
in
black
the
ice
foothills.
Black ice.
But yeah, well, here to bring
I'm just not bringing up Michael, but
Yeah. But to bring it back to what I was saying, but it's like, you know, because honestly, there's a lot of women that, you know, kind of were kind of gets afraid. Like, I mean, there's like women like Lucy Parsons. I actually have a lot of her essays and
yeah.
even like a whole book called The Principles of Anarchism and Other Essays by her. And back in the 1880s, 1870s, like she was born a slave. Like she was born of a woman who her mother was a slave, and at least no one truly knows, but it's pretty much, you know, believed that, you know,
I do
her
remember they were
father-
talking about that kind of stuff back in high school, dude.
Yeah, because her father was potentially, you know, a slave owner, you know, back in Texas, and her and her mother fled to Chicago, and Albert Parsons, after the Civil War, met her, you know, somewhere in like Kentucky or Tennessee or Oklahoma,
Yeah.
one of those
Yeah.
states. And, you know, and he was a cavalry officer during the Confederacy during the Civil War, but he was very disenfranchised about the whole, like, you know, Confederacy and shit, because he was, like, conscripted. He didn't really believe in any of it.
Just have to say, I've seen the sweatshirt a few times you're wearing, and I am digging it.
Oh, this one?
Where did you find that? Because that's badass.
I actually had it custom made at the mall.
Really? That's,
Oh,
that's
I
even
think I know what
cooler.
you're talking about.
The one that's
actually-
on the bottom floor
that's
is
even
like,
cooler.
I stand
Yeah,
for the
because
flag, kneel for the cross.
no, Harley is actually I've gotten a few patches to stitch on his shit before from that same place.
It literally costed me like $80 to pay for the fucking thing to get on there, but
Because
it
it's
was
a custom made
worth it.
thing, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Well,
It's-
fuck
it's
yeah.
art at that point.
No,
The
there's-
thing
I
is-
figured that was
true
like
meaning-
something
there's
that you
a
found
true
on
meaning
Etsy
to
or
it.
We have
eBay
a
or
lot of
something.
friends who are like, let's burn the flag. And I'm like, fuck you. I don't like that because whatever you think the flag means does not mean the same to me. It means something like.
Well, the flag is subjective.
You know what
I
I
mean, when it comes to
but
the beliefs,
I
right?
disagree. I disagree because
Well,
what it's
hold
supposed
on.
to mean. What is it supposed to mean? When we
I mean,
got
I
away
think
from
what
In
it's
other words,
supposed to
it
mean
stands
depends
for
on
our
who you
rights.
talk to.
it not it stands straight up for freedom and democracy,
which
and
is right.
against tyranny, like sacrifice, like patriotism.
But the
was,
thing is, it
well, I
depends who
will
you
die.
talk to. I
will
mean,
die for this
well,
shit.
well,
you
hold
know?
on, Logan,
For
hold
everyone
on.
else's freedom
hold on.
type shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, hold on,
fuck
Logan.
the redcoats. You
Well,
know what I mean?
well,
Like,
Logan, hold on.
that's what
Like,
it still should mean.
well, Logan,
Instead,
like,
now they like, oh, it means illegal wars on Iraq. Or,
well, hold
you know,
on.
like,
Well, hold on, hold on, hold
no,
on.
that's not what it means,
Logan,
you
hold on.
dumbass.
Well, hold on. No, hold on. Because I think I do agree with what you're saying, though. By the way, just put
Them
that right the fuck.
Them
Hold on.
cynical ass motherfuckers.
Let me do like some devil
You know-
advocacy
you know what
because
I mean?
on
getting lost in their cynicism instead of their optimism.
well,
That's the flag.
let me do
supposed to
some
be
devil
supposed
advocacy,
to be
but
a
also
symbol-
some
it's
stuff
supposed to
that
be a
I also.
symbol of hope. Okay.
Well, let
You
me
know?
do some. Here, let me do some devil advocacy slash some stuff that I also agree with a little bit.
Don't burn
Because-
my hope.
I'm not. Okay, look,
You
I'll
see
just.
what I'm saying?
I'm
Like,
just. I'll.
come on now.
Jesus Christ. Here, I'll say this right off the bat. I'm not trying to do that, but it's like you have people like, the Native Americans and the indigenous, people and stuff where they will look at the American flag and be like, the Manifest SC, Andrew Jackson, like, the history of America that basically has fucked them over and over again. Or
Yeah.
maybe like, black folk or their ancestors literally were like enslaved, during the
Yeah.
Atlantic slave trade. It's like there's different people in our country that will
Yeah.
look at that flag and subjectively think some very different things in comparison to what
Yes.
any of us will think,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah. I disagree. You know what? Because there was like Native American,
I mean,
Japanese American, Black American.
Japanese Americans were literally put into internment camps,
Yeah.
especially FDR, and I love FDR.
Okay.
That's the worst fuck thing that he did was put
Okay.
Japanese Americans in internment
So
camps.
here's my thing. We have military members who were Native American, who were Japanese American.
Navajo Kotakers and Japanese Americans fought in European theater. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Absolutely.
What
And I
they-
wish more of them partook in that, to be honest.
Do you get what I'm getting at?
Oh, yeah, I kind of see what you mean.
Like-
Here, go
Rag-
what
rag-
you were
ragged
explain
old-
what you're about to say
there's-
anyway. But
You ever heard the song "Ragged Old Flag"?
I think I've heard it before.
Johnny
Yeah.
Cash.
Yeah. Oh,
There's
yeah,
a
John.
whole-
Yeah.
There's a whole album, a political critique of America. The whole album is. Isn't that crazy? Whole album.
Not
It's based
surprised.
as fuck. A whole album. Okay.
Johnny Cash is. Yeah. Do you know the song "Owning"? Like that's a very hardcore blue collar song that I love the fuck out of because it's like.
Good song.
Yeah, it's a blue collar song. I'm like, oh, I'm about to retire, and hey, I get my golden watch before I leave. But you know what? Y'all fucked me as corporate boss owner, motherfuckers, and I'm about to, you know what? That gold watch, it's gonna look good on my fucking knuckles. Boom, plunk you in the face
Or
and shit.
one piece at a time.
Yeah,
They're stealing parts from the factory to build a car. You know what I'm talking about? Some Harley shit.
yeah.
Okay, like the point I'm trying to make is, even those oppressed people,
Stank.
once they get into the understanding of what the flag actually is supposed to mean in the history of the U.S., people, it's a class thing. It's a class thing. It's classism. It's a classism thing.
I don't disagree,
Once
but
they understand that they're part of the white proletariat,
proletariat. I mean,
You know.
I noticed that you mispronounce that pretty much. You
All
always say
every time, every
Polterkit or something.
I never get it right.
I know, yeah, but I know what you mean though.
The once they understand that flag actually means something different now.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't disagree. I don't disagree,
To
but the thing is, though,
American, to the uneducated Japanese
I don't
American.
really think they're necessarily educated.
No,
Well, hold
educated in
on.
a certain way.
Well, I mean, if
Educated
they
enough
were,
to know that.
well, if their ancestors or even they themselves concurrently are in an oppressed minority in this country, I mean, they're obviously going to learn.
What is that flag supposed to mean?
I mean,
Hope for oppressed people.
if they are
Hope
in
for
oppressed,
oppressed
well,
people.
if these people are oppressed by that flag,
it's not oppressed by
especially-
the flag. It's not oppressed by the
indigenous
leaders.
people and Japanese,
I
especially.
disagree. The flag is
The
not.
Japanese people were literally put in internment camps, and the
Yeah.
manifesto, no DAPL, when it came to like the North Dakota pipeline and all sorts of shit, like indigenous people have been like fucked by our flag, basically
Then how come?
raped by our flag.
Okay, I some people could see it that way. I don't see it that way. When we have
I absolutely do.
when we have the greatest military band in U.S. history was Native Americans and Japanese Americans. Iwo Jima Hill, okay, they were sent on the most hardcore missions.
What you mean,
Iwo
Mount
Jima-
Suribachi?
Yeah, and there only 200 went up, and only 49 came back down again to raise that flag on that fucking hill. And they've raised that flag.
Hold on. I actually do know a lot about that. The first initial flag was raised when that battle took place. Was not the one that
You get what I'm getting at. though.
I get it. The picture that we all know about all those guys who raised that flag on Mount Suribachi, that was the second flag that was raised. The first flag was not the same flag, and it was a totally different thing. And yeah, it was a totally bloodshed. But after that, once everything was all cleared, the press came in and it's like, we need to like have a cool like moment
white
for every,
people
yeah,
doing it.
yeah, basically, yeah, essentially,
Yeah.
yeah.
What Johnny Cash says in his song, when Old Glory reigned, and they stood that flag up, and only 49 came down still. Ira Hayes, he's talking about a Native American soldier, okay, in the whole song. He's talking about how he gave his whole life
Also,
to America. And
yeah,
to that,
and also
that
I
whole
read
fucking thing.
that a book about the Kotakers, Navajo Kotakers and shit,
Ira
and
Hayes
also
is a different story. He's not
I know.
Navajo. He's a different Native
I know.
American. Right. Okay.
I know it's a different thing.
From Arizona.
I'm contextualizing and referencing and commonality. What you're talking about.
What they all seem to get, what I'm talking about, where they're looking at the flag and they see it as when he came back to America, the war hero, this Native American, he was wined, speeched, and honored. Everybody knew his name, but he was just a Pima Indian, no water, no bread, and they treated him like a dog. Thrown him in prison after that.
Because second-class citizen
Yeah.
to most Americans, especially
let
white
him-
folk.
They'd let him raise the flag like you let a dog have a bone.
Yeah.
And because he was so honored in what he believed in that flag, he thought when he was fighting for that flag, he thought he was fighting for his tribe's freedom. He thought that his war efforts would earn him and his people some freedom.
Yeah, sure. I don't.
And then Japanese Americans
I
thought the
don't
same.
disagree with that.
The Japanese Americans thought the same.
I don't. Yeah, well, that's why I mentioned about
And
like the
why did I
Japanese
bring up
American regiment.
African-Americans in the Civil War. In the Civil War, African Americans fighting for the Union, or even in the Revolutionary War, or there was countless times freedom was promised to these people, these black people too, right? Where they said,
dude,
if you fight for us, you'll be free.
Look,
fight
dude,
for us, you'll be free.
I was talking about like the Japanese Americans that fought in the Western Europe. The
You're
remake.
getting too Pacific. I'm trying to
Well, dude,
all three
I'm
different
trying
tribes.
to, dude, bro. Oh my god, you think I'm trying to fucking like go against you or some shit? I'm not. I'm validating what you're talking about. Like when it came to the Japanese Americans, when it came to these battalions in the American Army, a lot of them went in
I'm
Europe.
not trying to disvalue. I'm just I'm trying to quickly cinch all three of these oppressed people in the fact that they all
Well,
believe when
I'm
they
trying
fought
to
for this flag
that they would get that freedom.
Well, I guess in a
And
way,
they didn't. They
Oh,
didn't get that freedom. But they thought they would. They believed
well,
it.
sure. I mean, I get that.
And
I'm
even
trying to.
after they didn't get the freedom, they still believed in that flag. It's hope, man. It's a symbol of hope to oppressed, low-class people. Second citizens.
I mean, well, the thing is, especially with the indigenous Americans or like, you know, Koreans or Japanese, like, especially when they fought and died for this country, especially in like Europe or like Navajo code talkers or like Japanese or Koreans that fought in Europe. And we're honestly the most, literally most fierce and deadliest fucking soldiers in, you know, in the Eastern or the Western Front, you know,
No,
shit.
U.S. military history.
Yeah. Dude, like the Korean, Japanese, you know, regiments, you know, battalions that served in the
And
European
Americans,
front.
too.
Yeah. Dude, they were the deadliest, like, fucking most insane, craziest, badass motherfuckers in Western Europe. Outside of people like Jack Churchill and, like, you know,
Their
some
life didn't
occasional
mean
British
anything to them.
individual people.
Because their life didn't mean anything to them.
It's not just that, but it's also the culture, you know, and
That's what I
also...
meant. Their life meant not as much to them as it does to you.
But also, they were trying to prove a point,
privilege.
too.
That's my point. They're trying to prove that their whole
Because
Their
it's
whole
all... Yeah,
class
because, like,
of
during the
people
40s...
deserved freedom.
Because during the 40s, 50s, 60s,
And they were
70s, like,
willing
that
to
was the
die
civil
and fight
rights
for it.
movement. Yeah. I mean, you know...
Just like when we fought against England,
Yeah.
we had poor. You think the aristocracy of South Carolina were willing to die for this shit?
No aristocracies will
It
die
was
for
the
this shit.
illiterate white motherfuckers and
Yeah,
black
they-
motherfuckers
Yep.
in the Revolutionary War. They're
Mhm.
the ones who were willing to die for this shit.
And
That's
all,
what I'm trying
that was
to
all
link-
the
I'm trying to link them.
propaganda, you know,
And
because
they-
of the fucking
when they-
white owners.
When they
the
see-
masters.
when they saw that flag on a hill, they were like, "Courage! I can do this shit. I will storm that motherfucking hill. I will fucking win this war." You know, and you can't put a price tag on that value and that inspiration that flag had for those people. And it's regardless of race. What all they're unified by is
It's class consciousness, solidarity.
That's what they all.
That's why this
understand.
contract fucking matters a lot to me, a lot.
So
Honestly, I wish you
but do you see why I'm
walked
talking,
into me with a little
do you
bit.
see why I'm talking about how the flag represents
I
hope?
get it.
It represents hope to oppressed people.
I understand that. I do get that.
It shouldn't represent
I do,
oppression.
Well,
It
because
shouldn't represent
ultimately,
oppression. It should
like,
represent-
flags...
its true nature is for hope
Yeah,
for
sure.
freedom
I get
and
that.
equality.
Well, the thing is, like...
That's what it was made for originally.
Well, sure.
Yes.
Well, the thing is, when it
Yeah,
comes to flags and when it comes to nations and their banners and all that shit,
do you see why it makes me
ultimately,
Yeah.
ultimately, it's a subjective thing. Like, you know, it can't necessarily control what people think about, like, the idea of what a banner of a nation
angry? You
is.
can't
Like, when it
control
comes to
people
American,
being ignorant.
sure. Well, sure.
Look, it's
But then when it comes to, like,
Stefan's
well,
smarter
the thing
than
is,
all,
when it
more
comes,
educated than all of us put together, smarter than all of us.
But the thing
still
is-
ignorant wants to burn a flag because he's still fucking ignorant.
but that's freedom of expression and freedom of
Well, he's
speech.
stupid. I
That's
think
the
he's
First
fucking
Amendment
stupid.
right. That's the
Still-
First Amendment
okay,
right.
I still can tell him fucking stupid, and I think he's wrong. For burning my
I've done it
flag.
myself, and you know what? I still have
You've
American
burned a
flags in
flag.
my room. I've done it myself.
Fuck you.
I've done it. Why,
'Cause
dude? I have American
you burned
flags in my
I
room,
think that is a sacred thing to me. Like that guy where I
dude.
shook
Most
him up.
flags
Why
are
I
literally
shook
made
him
in
up.
China, bro.
So what? They shouldn't be.
Dude, all
shouldn't
these are
be.
made in
They
China.
shouldn't be.
This,
They shouldn't be.
this.
Oh,
The-
I don't
the
give
flag
a fuck
I'm-
about those flags. The American flag should be. It was
Well-
in the Constitution. It
Well,
shouldn't be used
well,
for fucking.
okay. Hold on.
It
Would
should
you
be
think?
for money.
Would you think it'll be okay and you're right to burn a flag like that?
I wouldn't want to, because I think I
Okay.
might piss off somebody, and I don't understand. That's
Okay.
I
Well-
don't like flag burning. Period.
Okay.
Period.
All right. That's fine.
And
That's
because
an opinion of yours.
what
The
did
thing
the-
is,
wait,
there's a
wait,
lot of people
What did you
that
say?
are
No,
okay with it because of their subjective. Hold on.
You didn't hear what I said before.
No,
You didn't.
No, I am.
Before you've heard, but this other point you just glossed over. I just said it. In the Constitution, it has rules about the flag, and we're breaking them.
Antonin Scalia literally said
For
that
money
the
purposes. For money
constitutional
purposes.
right is your right as a freedom of expression and freedom of speech is to burn a flag. You can do that.
Okay.
Even
Side
a
point.
far right conservative judge
Logan.
even said that.
Logan, side point, right? That's fine. I'm not telling you can't do it. Doesn't mean that it doesn't make me mad. Okay. Other side point is why can you not make a profit off of the American flag's image?
A lot of fucking corporations do.
But they do because they want to. This country is so
Exactly.
poured itself out.
Why do you
But
think?
the
Why do you think?
forefathers, when they wrote this shit, they said this is supposed to be sacred.
Well,
this is
that's
supposed to be a thing we can't make money off of.
that
We
was
can't-
back in their time, though. I mean,
But that's what it's supposed to be. That's
well,
what it's supposed to be was what it was then, which
I mean-
is a symbol of hope against tyranny and monarchy.
that's up for us. I think at this point, I guess when we considering all the facts and all what we know and what we need to do now at this point, this is up to us to change that fact. But at the end of the day, it's like there's a lot
Why
of people.
would we want to change that fact? I think we should keep it sacred. I think we should keep it.
What? No, hold on.
A symbol
No,
of
hold
hope.
on.
That's
No,
it
no.
was
What I
before.
mean,
it
what
should
I-
be a symbol.
hold
of hope,
on.
not tyranny.
I don't think you.
It was
I
supposed to
thi-
be a
hold
symbol
on, hold
of
on.
hope.
I think
And
you
now it's a
misunderstand what I'm
symbol of
saying.
oppression.
Hold on. I think you might misunderstand what I'm saying.
Burn the flag of England, yeah, because it's a symbol of oppression.
Well,
Now-
why is this like the? Oh, okay,
now-
hold on.
now this
Oh,
flag-
hold on. Okay,
now
now
this-
we're starting to get into multiple
Hold
points
up.
because I have
Hold up.
one point before I want to get into
I'm
that.
agreeing with you right now. Okay? The American flag lately has become a symbol of oppression the same way the English flag was a symbol of
It's
oppression
always
to
been
us.
like that in a lot of ways. Not maybe necessarily for us, but for a lot of folks and a lot of people, especially
Always is wrong.
raised by our
Always-
flag.
Always is wrong. Okay.
I
Always
I
is
don't know
wrong.
if you can necessarily say that for certain folks, depending
What,
on
Native
when they were
Americans?
raised, depending
Native
on what
Americans.
era and depending on what timeline, when it comes to that.
Native American.
I don't honestly
I would
for
agree with you
them.
on that. I would
For
agree.
them, like it doesn't matter what timeline. There's
Yeah.
no way that you can
There's
say
no
that.
flag that
Yeah.
was good to them.
For Black folk, I mean, after
No
post civil
flag.
rights,
No flag that was good to them.
yeah, post civil rights maybe, but depending on what state you live in, probably not.
Okay. That I would agree with. But when they
That's
people,
what I was kind of. I mean, TLDR version. That's what I was trying to say from earlier.
But the people who actually designed that flag and what they were fighting against, that was supposed to be the flag that represents
Into
freedom.
tyranny, democracy, and like
and
you
now-
know the proletariat
and now-
talking
and
you know,
now-
against the establishment.
And now, why does Stefan burn the American flag? Because it's a symbol of tyranny.
But at the same time,
To him.
dude, oops, God damn it.
Look,
But,
I'm not saying
hold
you
on.
shouldn't have the right. I'm just saying it pisses me off.
Well,
And I don't have
here,
to
hold
agree
on.
with-
Let me try to justify. Look, you can still disagree with it, but like, let me try to justify it a little bit because, like, the idea of it is because, like, hey, because the idea of what I personally think that this flag should represent is like literally antithetical to what I represent. It's like, how dare this fucking flag not represent what I was trying to represent? And growing up thinking that this is what it represented. You know, because I thought the same way myself. And when it came to like,
But this is what I'm trying to get at: is if you could make the world war-free, tyranny-free, war-free, like famine-free, all the things you want to happen. You don't want climate change happening. You want the world being ran the right way, right? That's what the American flag should represents to me. That's what it's a symbol.
it should.
That's what
And I agree with
so
you.
when
I
you
do
burn-
generally
so
do
when
that.
You burn it.
Mhm.
When you burn it,
That's a
it
different.
makes me angry.
Well,
it does.
that's a different. You
It's
know.
like you're shitting
well,
on my
that's a
hope. It's like you're taking.
well,
a
the
shit
thing
on my
is,
hope
you
with
can
your
look at you.
cynicism.
Could, well,
You can have your right all you want, but you're still shitting on my hope.
well, here.
What other symbol
Look at-
is
well,
there? What other
Look at me,
symbol
like
represents
well,
all
look
those
at me,
things?
like because I have an American flag in my room that's upside down.
I have
that's
an American
meant
flag. That
Yeah,
I had
I
upside
know.
down for a long time.
I know.
It's a symbol of stress.
Because there's
It's a symbol of
there's a way
SOS.
to use that fucking symbol, that flag, that piece of cloth to say, hey, this is what it
Something's
symbolizes to
Something's
me.
wrong.
Yeah, because
gotta do
an
something.
upside down American flag
Action.
literally
Fix
means a
this
nation in distress.
Yes.
This means that we are in distress and we need assistance, kind of thing. That's what that upside down flag was meant to represent.
Yeah.
That's why I have it in my room. And obviously you do too.
So you don't need to burn
But
it.
so, well, I mean, at the same time, it's like, hey, out in public, you know, when in protests, it's like, hey,
Put
I'm
it
looking
on
at
a
this flag.
and put it upside down on the fucking pole. Then you don't have
Sure.
to burn the motherfucker.
Well,
It's
have
not even
it-
supposed
well,
to hit the
oh,
ground.
well,
it's not
hey.
even supposed to touch the ground.
Well,
bro.
hey, you know, have one flag like that and have another one say, hey, this is what our nation is representing, and you know what? We're going to burn it and spit on this fucking shit. And here's what we're meant to represent, and we're going to have this shit upside down because we are in distress, and this is what we're meant to represent. I mean, make a fucking, philosophical point with it. It's like, hey, we don't
make
need
the
to be.
point by just putting it upside down.
Well, maybe it might make a more impactful point. Be like, we can permanently make this the way we can, but
burning
it's
hope.
like because of
You're burning
how
hope. You're burning hope.
I don't agree with that. Well,
It's not-
maybe we have different
why you
philosophical
don't- but
positions
you
when it comes to the
don't
symbology of
internally-
the flag.
You don't internally disagree, but what you're doing to other people is you're burning their hope, and that's why I don't agree with it.
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot.
burning
There's
a
a lot of
It
times where.
means something to other people that's actually a beautiful
Well,
thing.
I mean, I've been in a lot of these protests, and a lot of times when the flag tends to be represented, like a lot of people tend to spit on it or try to burn it, and there's a lot of arguments with that. So a lot of
be
people
done.
tend to look at it with vitriol, and I mean, and I'm not saying
Dumbass
I'm not
motherfuckers.
saying I agree with that.
Stupid people.
Yeah, I think a
What,
lot of
are you
people.
a sheep?
I think a
Are
lot
you
of
a
people.
sheep? You think you're just dumb enough to go with the herd?
Well, do you think of what I'm saying is being sheepish?
You said you burn it. You'll burn it. You'll burn it.
Symbolically,
I
for
would-
my
I
specific
would never do it. I
reasons,
would
my
never do it.
specific
I would never do
reasons.
it. I would never burn American.
What, are you not listening to my reasoning though?
I still
I
disagree
do-
with it. I do.
Well, hey, you don't have to say I'm a
You're
sheep
burning
though.
hope. You're burning hope.
I'm not burning hope. I'm using.
You're burning your own.
I'm
hope,
looking.
and
I'm
you're
looking
burning-
at. I'm
you're
looking
burning-
at the imperialistic, oppressive idea of what our flag has represented when it comes to manifest destiny, the internment camps, the slave trade, like all the shit that our country has done to fuck not just our own
The
domestic
flag means-
people.
That flag
like-
means something more to me than it means to you. Then
It's not that, man.
no, I do because
No,
I would
I-
never do that.
I don't
would
know if
never-
I agree with that, man.
I would never sink so low to make a point that you're trying to make by burning my hope.
Sink so low. What do you
Yeah.
mean by that, bro?
There's other ways to do what you're trying to do.
What do you mean?
You're just
Because,
doing the
like-
easiest thing. It's just so easy.
It's a
It's so
symbolic
easy.
thing.
But it's
I'm
easy.
not even
It's
saying
easy.
that's
But
the
it's
main
easy.
thing.
It's easy.
Sure.
It's easy.
Who cares? Who gives a fuck?
A lot of people do.
So
You should care.
the most thing that people care about is like their fucking bills when it comes to the rent, like their fucking rent, when it comes to housing and shit.
disagree.
The
People-
bread on their
people
fucking
care.
table.
People care about hope.
Yeah, a lot of that shit includes economics. They don't care about what the flag represents. They care about economics.
I disagree.
A lot of people.
disagree. People look at that flag and it gives them
Are
hope.
you
It
sure?
inspires people. It does. It's an inspirational thing. It is.
These days, are you really sure about that? Because I talk to a lot of people and they could give a fuck about what their country represents anymore.
It's not. That's where you're not understanding. It's not what our
Our
country,
flag represents our country, and a lot of people look to our flag
and they don't
that
understand.
represents our nation domestically. And
The flag has gotten shit on by our leaders over a long period of time. But what it's supposed
it's not
to
just
mean,
our leaders.
but what it's supposed to mean, what it's actually supposed to mean, that's where the hope for me comes. Yeah, I agree with you. Our
I
flag-
have mentioned this
I
before,
literally said, I
dude.
literally said
I've-
our
I've
flag
been talking
represents
about-
tyranny.
I've
It
talked-
represents that to the world. Like
I've been
England.
talking about this. So I'm actually kind of confused with where the disagreement really ultimately is, because like we are talking about a lot of commonalities.
I think just because it represents
Is it just
tyranny
because
now,
like the flag itself, just a symbol of the flag itself, is that it? I guess like because
where's the other symbol of hope for all these things? Where's another symbol
there's a lot of various different symbols out there.
that can uniformly represent all those things I just talked about that I hope for, that I know will never happen, but I still want to hope
There's
for.
a lot of other stuff. It doesn't have to be a flag that represents that. There does not need to be a flag that represents these things.
To me, what it represents, what it should represent, is end of climate change, end of war, end of famine, end of all these things.
And
all
no
the
flag
things-
needs to represent that necessarily. I'm saying necessarily.
Then where's the symbol of hope? Where's it
A lot
coming
of
from?
countries and a lot
Where does it come from? Where's the alternative?
right now. Maybe there ain't one right now.
So
That's
why-
the fuck thing
so-
about it right now, and
so
that's the sad
That's
thing.
why I hold it so dear.
I know.
There's no other thing.
Why do
It
you
is
think?
that
Maybe
fulfills
that's
that
why we
truth.
kind of like go back and forth with each other a
But
lot
do you
because
see- do you
I mean
see
we
where I'm
really
getting
hold
from? Do you
this
see
shit a
where-
lot to each other
Do you see where
because
I'm
I
coming
really
from,
feel what you
There's
feel like.
no other symbol that can possibly in the world represent all the good things that I personally want to have happen.
Yeah.
Class-
Outside of like maybe
and
like
class
Norway or
warfare.
Iceland or some shit, basically.
But what
Beyond
flag,
them.
what flag has the power to do it? Only the American flag does.
And
if there was
even then,
any
they
flag.
want fracking. They want more like natural
The
gas.
flag doesn't.
Yeah, it does
The
because
flag, no, the flag
represents.
doesn't.
Yeah,
The
yes,
flag
it does.
doesn't.
The flag represents the corporate power of what America
That's what
represents.
it represents to people nowadays.
What do you
That's what
think
the flag
fucking?
is.
What do you think the American flag fucking just elected recently and just had a
The
mandate?
flag didn't elect the people are shitheads
Yes, it
and
did.
they're uneducated dumbasses.
Yeah.
They fucking elected.
And guess what? The American flag is now a Republican mandate until 26.
They perverted it just like the Bible. Just like the Bible, it said Jesus.
And guess
Jesus-
what? We're gonna
Jesus-
have some hardships, and we're
Jesus-
gonna get fucked.
What did Jesus say? Jesus literally said, "You will pervert my gospel for power and gain." Like he straight said that. He said that doesn't mean that Jesus or Buddha or all these motherfuckers who had some cool shit to say that the shit he said isn't cool still. The philosophy is still there way back hundreds, thousands of years ago. That's what it was. Just because you have fucking ignorant, dumbass bigot motherfuckers trying to use it as a fucking way to manipulate and control people. doesn't
Beware
mean-
the false preachers that will use my name and
Yeah.
against my wrath and so
Yeah.
shit.
So you get where I'm getting at? Just
I
because
was
it's
born
you-
Christian. I know what the fuck you're saying. I have to
I
paraphrase
know,
Bible.
I know, but it's the same thing. It's like
I know.
the Bible's supposed
They
to
ain't telling me
represent
anything
peace.
new to me.
It's supposed to represent peace and love
Supposedly,
and charity and hope and faith. All these good
and yet
things.
there's a million different interpretations to that
And they-
fucking
what if
Bible,
they- what
and
if-
all
what
of
if they
them,
always used it
all
for?
but like
They've all
a few of them, like
the Pope-
all but it
What
doesn't
did the Pope
mean
do?
war.
What did the Pope do in 1495 or 96? He literally said, "Here's a Portuguese and Spanish.
Useful war ultimately because it's
You have a
1618 to
legal right
1648
to
when the Protestants
literally
ultimately made the thing.
conquer, genocide, or rape everyone on the whole globe because God said you can." That's what he said. It's a papal bible or what what I'm talking about is an edict that he put
Yeah.
out there.
A mandate.
A mandate. It was like Spanish get this half of the globe, Portuguese get this other half of the globe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's not what Jesus said. That's not what God said.
Well, in 1618 to 1648, Europe.
No,
Like,
I'm
literally-
talking 1490s. I'm talking about right after Christopher, like almost immediately when they discovered the New World, they're like, we get to fucking
I
rape
don't know
and
if you know
pillage this whole
about. I don't
fucking
know if
thing.
you know about 30 Years' War because I was literally.
Oh yeah, the 30 Years War in Europe.
Most.
Oh, yeah.
2/3 of the German population was genocided and massacred
Because of the
basically.
Lutherans.
The Protestants and the Catholics. They literally fought against each other over.
Oh, it was a holy war. It was justice. It was righteous. Jesus would want
What?
us.
How
Jesus
are we
would
going to
want us-
worship our God? Oh, you're not going to worship it the way we do? Die, bitch! For 30 years.
Jesus said
basically.
so. Jesus said so.
Yeah.
Jesus told me so. No, he didn't. Fuck you.
I think I would love sabotage.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We're getting a little too heavy here.
I know, we
But-
are getting heavy,
but
but
You get where the flag is supposed to be symbolically pure the way the Bible is, but then people use it
I mean,
to
the flag
make it
shouldn't
perverted.
I mean, the flag shouldn't inherently be pure. It should just be like, you know,
It should mean purely
an actual
freedom and
symbol
tyranny.
of like what it really should represent. And
What do you mean? Like it should just represent the nation?
well,
Simply put, it should just represent American bigots.
not bigots, no. I mean,
Do you get what I'm getting at?
Kind of represent like, you know, what we, you know, are as people and stuff. Like,
No,
I
I disagree.
Like, you know,
It should represent better than that.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I mean, it's just one of those
The same way the Bible should represent better than the fucking Christians are.
I mean, it's like
The
it's kind of hard to
Christians-
say
the
because,
Christians
like, I mean,
should
like,
aspire
what
to be
flag
better
would
than
we
they
ch-
are.
Well, I mean, what flag would we change it, you know, from what it is now? I mean, outside of like that one, I guess, or whatever the fuck. You know,
It's not about. It's more about symbolism and preserving a symbolism that should be uniformly good. And if it's not going to be, it's going to be forgotten, then what else do we have that's good? What are we left
I
with?
suppose that's
What are we left with?
Well, I suppose at that point, it's just like trying to argue what is ultimately good when it comes to that symbolism and trying to like.
If there is no symbol,
good symbolism is.
if there is no symbolism to point to say this is what this should mean, this is what we should do. Instead of the Bible, it says I should murder all indigenous people around the earth and kill all the Lutherans.
Well, fuck the Bible. I mean, America.
No, but that's my problem. The Bible shouldn't be what it is. It's literally been rewritten by kings.
America is not based off of that shit. We're based off our own shit. Like, fuck what it has to say. Like, I mean, we're based off
What
our
it
own
has to
fucking
say,
laws and
what the
rules.
Bible says, is not what Jesus
We are
said.
based off our own constitution and our own laws and shit. Like, we're not based off of that.
Yeah,
And
I would
even
agree.
if we are, then like we are beyond that anyway. So we need to like, you know, advance beyond like whatever ancient shit, you know, was from 2,000 years ago anyway.
Maybe we have some shit to learn.
At this point, not really.
Dude was a fucking communist 2,000 years ago. Come on now.
Communism wasn't even a thing back then.
He was trying to say the same shit. He was going to redistribution of wealth, take care of everyone, end peace, peace, no fucking hungry.
But I mean,
Never
communism,
they murdered him.
yeah.
They literally murdered the motherfucker for saying it. Come on now. He was straight up martyr for that shit. We got one person on here. Hey, agree to disagree, but I think in the end we both agree. Andrew's my best friend. I love him very much. I just don't like flag burning of any flag, especially the American flag. Don't like Bible burning. I don't like Quran burning. Don't like it. There's a little grain of goodness needs to be preserved. It's not like I'm going to go beat somebody's ass for doing it, though. Just don't like it. What it means to me personally. I'm actually glad that Brian wasn't here for that because he would have been like, what the fuck?
Been around, boy. That's right.
All right,
Fucking
we
bitch.
need to end this discussion on a positive note. I think I agree with you. People have a right to burn shit. Doesn't mean I have to agree with that. Okay? That's plain and simple.
Take a breather. I had to run. Grab this bitch.
Right? He
He
ran
ran away. He snuck off.
Look at him. Look at him. His little deer.
I
His
know,
little
little
deer.
deer.
Little deer.
Little bitch.
Deer fucking presence.
Really?
Just can you see where we're going in this country? I want a
Oh,
little
yeah.
hope. I want a little hope.
I think we'll have
I want a
some
little
of that,
hope.
man.
Okay, I want a little hope. Okay, and for me, the flag, the Bible, Book of Mormon, these are things. The Hindu scriptures, they're 10,000 years old. You said fuck all that because nah, bro. The indigenous ways were the right ways. We had it the right way before. Oops. And I think you can get behind what I'm trying to say. Anyways, I can get behind what
In
you're
certain ways.
I understand what you're saying, and I agree with it, but I also think when you look back, you know, what things were supposed to mean, you know, what they're supposed to represent. They no longer represent that anymore. You're right. The American flag no longer represents what I want it to represent.
I mean, it probably never represented in the first place, to be honest.
It was tyranny against. Now our flag represents what England is.
I feel like never really represented, inherently against, the tyranny against England. I mean, it represented a lot of shit just beyond
You
that.
earlier agreed with what I said. It represented classes.
To a degree, yeah. But then it represented classism against
It
the broader
represented-
proletariat.
It represented a fight
What do you
against
think
oppression.
people like Lucy Parsons or
It
people like,
represent-
Bill Hayward or Elizabeth Guthrie Flynn or,
Yes,
Joe
yes.
Hill? Or why do you think a lot of these people, end up being very major? Or Eugene Debs, who also, like, as a socialist, also became like a third party,
Let's not get-
presidential
let's-
election, candidate.
Let's not get too deep.
I'm just saying. It's like there was a time in America where, like, we had a very diverse electoral, like political. What we're having right now, basically. And why do you think I'm so jaded? I guess in a way.
The flag represents the fucking right to have that diversity.
Well, why do you think I'm so jaded against it? Because now it represents everything against that now. It shouldn't.
And I agree with
But
you.
yeah,
That's what it represents. But I don't think we should burn something that has an ounce or a grain of hope.
I mean, here's where I suppose, I do agree.
When there's no other symbol that has a grain
There's
of
a
hope.
lot of symbols. Well, why do you think, these are fictional symbols, but why do you think,
On the scale that the
well, why do you
American
think,
flag-
the flag of the IWW, like, the International Workers Union, it's or the Industrial Workers of the World, or whatever. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, there's a
For
lot
example.
of international symbolism, and I mean, there's also the kafia with the Palestinian, and there's a lot of like international symbolism that is out there. It just depends on what specific movement.
The gospel of Jesus Christ specifically, not the Old Testament, the New Testament, his doctrine, right, should represent something that is good, but it doesn't because of what people have done to it.
Actually, no, I have.
But if you look into what it actually is supposed to mean, what he intended it to mean, actually means redistribution of wealth. Everybody's taken care of. Peace.
Yeah.
No famine. No sickness. No
Each according
homeless.
to the means, or each according to the ability, each according to their mean. That's literal Marxism. That's why, like, leftists like
That's what
me,
it's supposed to
Lucy
mean, but
Parsons,
that's
you
what
Karl Marx,
That's what it's supposed
Frederick
to mean.
Engels.
That's what the Bible, not the Bible, Jesus, New Testament, what he was trying to
explain.
Why do you
to
think I'm so
everyone.
glad I have this paraphrase Bible? I
And
mean,
the
maybe I'll
Buddha-
let you borrow it,
The Dal-
honestly,
the Dalai
because,
Lama,
like,
the
dude.
Dalai Lama's talking about it today, right
Yeah.
now. He's talking about it right now. He's alive. He's talking about it,
Yeah.
but he doesn't have the billions of audience of people following it the way the Bible is. The way everybody's looking at the American flag. Everybody's paying attention to this shit, right? If we could somehow turn America around, like if Bernie Sanders was a fucking goddamn president for 8 years straight, like, fuck.
And we literally were robbed of that because of the Democrats.
Yeah, I know.
And also, why do you think I'm so jaded against the Dem party at this
imagine
point?
we had Democrat Congress and Senate, and we had Bernie. And
For a second term right now.
we had 2 terms of Bernie,
Oh.
and we had 8 years of Congress and the Senate. And
What, you
the
want to
courts.
make me fucking come right now?
We had all that Democrat.
Are you
all
trying to
the-
make me
the
have a boner
courts-
right now?
The courts, all 3 branches of America were Democrat.
Oh, dude.
Not just Democrat, like far progressive left Bernie type.
Dude, you just reminded me,
No,
dude.
but America
Sotomayor?
suddenly to the world would be like, holy shit, America's actually good. We like America.
Dude.
the whole world's prosperous
Dude, you want to
now.
know, honestly, the
All
last...
the wealth of America is being liquidated and being redistributed around the whole world. So the whole world is prosperous now. And not just put in the pockets of fucking Elon Musk and fucking...
Well, too bad we
Bill
have the
Gates.
Doge administration and all this other shit, like, sadly. And also, what's fucked up is that Sotomayor,
But the little bit of hope, the little grain of potential
you know,
is still there. It still could happen.
well, you know,
It
well,
probably won't, but it's still there. And I want to hope. I want to believe. I want to believe.
the
I want
Utah
to.
Supreme Court Judge Sotomayor,
Yeah.
I forgot her full name, but Sotomayor, like, she is literally so selfish that she does not want to retire, like, you know, Ruth Bader Ginsburg should have done, you know, during Obama's
They
term.
asked her to. She said she won't do it.
Yeah, and it's like, bruh, like, Trump is about to literally have another 4 years, and you're, like, it's not likely for you to croak, but, like, woman, damn it, you may or may not croak. And it's like, do we really want, like, a 7-2 Supreme Court, you know, fucking judicial shit?
Just get out and let Biden.
Yeah, like, let Biden...
Biden appoint someone.
Oh my god,
their successor.
dude! And honestly, what's even fucked, even more, is that Biden should have sacked the court while he was there for the 4 fucking years,
He could have.
and he should have,
They talked about
Coulda,
it. They
shoulda,
talked-
woulda.
They talked. There was talks.
and he refused to do it.
He could have
It's-
expanded the Senate.
Ah,
He could have
I hate
expanded.
the DNC.
He could have expanded to 20 people, and then
I hate the DNC.
all-
I hate the Democrats. This is why I'm so jaded when it comes to these motherfuckers, because, like, at least on a federal level, because, like, they just refuse to do, like, the basic, bare minimal. Oh, you know, sack the Supreme Court, or, like, you know, fucking push the PRO Act or some shit. You know, the bare is the minimal. It's like, god damn.
But the hope you have is the same hope I have.
So, yeah, I don't
Yeah.
disagree. I don't disagree with that, because,
And
like,
it still exists.
why do you think I'm so enthusiastic about this fuck contract? I mean, it's until 2027, but I was actually, you know, talking, you know, to one of the reps, and it's not my rep, but, you know, because he told me to talk to my rep more about, like, a lot of the other shit that, you know, I was asking about when it comes to my questions. And I was like, yo, like, what about, like, you know, some of the shops are, like, you know, scheduled, like, training shit, or, like, when it came to, like, you know, maybe having a job with the union specifically and getting out of my job right now, or all that stuff. And it's like, just, oh, I'll talk to your local rep and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, a little annoying, but I mean, I'm glad that at least they told me some advice and some sort of shit to say, like, hey, here's how you can, like, you know, make sure that, you know, you get the best out of...
Give me the floor for a second.
Yeah, sure.
All this hope talk that I'm trying to talk to you about liberating all the oppressed,
Proletariat.
proletariat. Okay? The only place it exists to do it on a mass scale around the world is right here in America, in the
I
United
don't
States.
disagree.
Okay,
You wonder where the IWW started?
And the only
1917 in America.
and the only two symbols that we have in the world that are worldwide that represent that hope are Jesus' doctrine and the American flag. No, why are you disagreeing?
I would say, hold on.
Not for what
Here's-
not for what it represents now, but what it was supposed to represent.
Well, I would say what like a lot of people really look
The
up
French
to is the
Revolution, all
blue
these-
collar.
All the fall of monarchy
What do you
happened
think
because of our flag. The fall of monarchy around the world
I
because
don't
of
disagree.
it's worldwide
The
phenomenon.
international. I mean, Karl Marx and French, Frederick Engels. I mean, they would not be a thing without like the
Our revolution.
revolutionary ideas of like the fucking colonial wars against the French or the British during that.
Now, a person like me that understands this, which is I had the power to do this,
I mean, I do too.
and the only place in the world for this to possibly happen, and the only symbols that represent that possibility for the strength and power to do such on a world scale, like the Federation of Planets, a unified group where everybody's taken care of. There's no war on Earth. There's no war on Mars. There's no war there was no everybody's good.
That's why I ultimately want
That's
to
what
achieve.
I
want that too,
I want that.
brother. I want that too, man.
How's it going to happen without a symbol that represents
Well,
that?
I guess that's maybe where
If it can,
maybe in the
if-
short term we disagree, but
if-
maybe in the long
if-
term we don't.
If the
In
flag,
long term
if
we
the
do
flag-
not,
if
but
the
in
flag-
short term I think we may or may not do.
if the flag can represent now tyranny, why couldn't it be turned around with that particular system of Bernie's throughout all the fucking courts, all of the fucking Congress?
Well, hold
on. It's possible. It's possible, but it's very
Well,
highly
here.
unlikely.
Well,
You get what I'm getting at?
I think I do. Well,
We
here
could go-
actually.
we could just
Yeah,
pull
like-
our fucking dick out.
Oh shit! He's fucking going
I'm being
all
like-
war.
Fuck you, Russia.
I'm not
Fuck
trying
you,
to say.
China. We're the
Why
most
are you
powerful
chopping
country
your
in the
dick
world.
off? Oh my god!
We're the most powerful country on earth. There won't be no war. There will be no slavery. There will be no fucking oppression. There will be no starving children. Because we have the power to do it, and you can't stop us, bitch. Am I wrong? Because we could just flop our big ass dick out and be like, suck my
Well-
fucking dick. We're going to be the Federation of Planets now, globally.
Well, let me
Because we
have the-
said so.
Let me have the floor real quick. And here's my
And
far
then the
left.
American flag will represent something else. Then it will represent something good.
Well, you want to let my far crazy leftist futurism, come into play on top of what you're saying?
Just tell me you disagree with that or not. Because if you...
I honestly, ultimately, when it comes to like the core root of the foundation is, I do not disagree at all. Like
it
we
could
should,
happen.
we need to globalize like one world government. To say like we need to like
One
control
flag
ourselves.
that represents
One
pure-
flag that represents
pure-
all of us, the
all of us.
humanity, the species in our world, and say
take
like
care of the earth.
take care of the earth, take care of our
the people.
species, take care of the life on this planet because life on this planet requires us.
We
and
don't
we
need
require
nukes.
life.
We don't need nukes because
Disarm.
everybody's taken care of. Everybody's happy.
And you want to know the Democrats, what they fucking promised back in 2008 when it came to Obama? Oh, disarming, and denuclearization. And guess what happened? None of that. In fact, we actually, been
got
more
worse.
nuclearized
It got worse.
than more than ever.
It got
We've
worse.
been, we're more
It got worse.
nuclearized than ever.
Look at Iran.
Russia,
Look at Iran.
Iran, yeah, and Trump fucked the goddamn nuclear, deal that we had with Iran, which actually would have been better for all,
The whole world, it would have been better for.
And now they are having the ability to create a nuke, and on top of fucking what Israel and Palestine and Lebanon and all that shit, and Russia with Ukraine, and then with Russia being so close to Iran, oh, dude.
We need to slap out our righteous ass 10
These midterms better fucking quash these Republicans, because I swear to God, if not, we're gonna be in World War III. I swear to fuck, dude. Look, I think a lot of the Republican, party is going to be, fucking infighting and all this sort of shit. But dude, they're going to get enough done to where it's going to be so damaging for us, for the world,
Actually,
for the Middle East, for Persia.
Gaia might just humble us
I hope
and put us in our place and make us see.
they better. It better. She better.
She's like, yeah, all your guys' beef you have, it don't matter because I'm gonna kill all of you bitches. You know what I mean?
Climate change is going to do that to us ultimately, one way or another.
What does history say to every major empire? It says, fuck you, climate change. You're dead.
Mhm.
Roman Empire, the Hittites, the fucking Pharaohs, the fucking Habbarabis in fucking India. All these major empires throughout history. Why do they die? It's not mismanagement. It's not outside war coming in. It's not it's famine. It's drought. It's inability to
Climate
live on
change,
this planet. It's inability to live.
capitalism and its profiteering against our own resources and against our own people, or
No, that would be mismanagement.
Capitalism is ultimately the main source of
the Earth is
mismanagement.
above that. The Earth is above that. Environment comes in and says, "Fuck all your shit. You're all dead."
Well, capitalism is the one thing that is going against it, and we as a
Bronze Age
species,
collapse. The Bronze Age collapse. How'd that
we're
happen?
not a part of Bronze Age anymore, though.
But
Like
my
we
point-
are the capitalistic age where we are collapsing
it all
because of
collapsed.
capitalism.
But it all collapsed. The Bronze Age, it all collapsed worldwide because the environment got
I ain't
Gaia.
disagreeing.
Gaia said,
I ain't
"I am
disagreeing
your
with
mother,
that. I'm
and
not
I am putting
disagreeing
you
with
in
that.
timeout. You're in timeout.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying that
They're all
we're
gonna-
going
they're-
for
all
way
your
worse.
populations are going
We
down.
are going for way worse fucking shit that back
But
in the Bronze Age
climate
because
change-
climate
Climate change is going to be
because-
even worse.
yeah,
than
because
it
of
ever has
fracking,
been.
oil extraction, all this other shit. It's going to be way worse. That's ultimately what's going to fucking happen.
And then the rich people will have to cave and be humbled by Gaia.
Or they're going to have their bunkers, or maybe have some space pods or whatever. And even then, they're not going to survive long with that.
That's my point.
Oh, I know.
They want to have more.
And I cannot wait for their collapse. In a weird fucking way, I cannot wait because these motherfuckers are gonna be so desperate to fucking get out of this fucking planet, and
They
it's
won't be able to.
motherfuckers like us are gonna hunt them down before they even get a chance.
That's my point. Even if it all collapses, we'll start over again. But
Enough time. And we live in an area where we're blessed with a vibrant, beautiful green area. The Willamette Valley, the
we'll be
Cascade
fine.
Mountain.
We'll
Yeah.
be okay right here.
I know. That's why I'm actually genuinely optimistic, despite a lot of my cynicism or jadistic, kind of beliefs,
What I'm
broadly,
talking
especially when it comes to the nation itself.
But
Because I
that
have
symbol-
optimism
what
of
those symbols-
Cascadia.
I'm getting back to the symbols. What the symbols represent to me, Federation of Planets.
We got the Cascadian flag on me in a way now.
I wouldn't
more than
I
ever.
knew my hat. I wear it all over the place.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Look at that more than ever. Look at that more than ever because locally, when it comes to labor politics, local politics,
If we didn't
all that
have,
shit,
if we didn't have
that matters more than ever. Fuck what our country thinks
our
because
country
they
didn't
are
have-
willing to fucking fail us, establish in the back
if
more
our
than
country
ever.
didn't have the oppressive military complex that it has,
Or the corporate power
we'd already
against
be
it.
split. We'd already be split. There'd be Texas be its own country, California, parts of Idaho, Oregon, Washington, British Columbia, be its own country. We'd have multiple countries. And then the North American Trade Agreement would really mean something. Then it really means some shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
North American Trade Agreement between our country, Mexico, and Canada, that don't mean shit. It would if California, Oregon, Washington, and British Columbia were their own country, and Texas was its own fucking country, and all these other places were their own fucking country, the way the Europe is. Then they'd have
I rather like the West Coast be like the Pacific America, and the South, also
Why not
Texas.
just have Cascadia be Cascadia and we just take California's wealth?
That'd be the Pacific States of America.
Okay.
Like, maybe include, the British Columbia, District in Columbia.
But that's part
But
of
it counts
Cascadia.
Canada.
But it would be.
Exactly.
That would
That's
be
what I'm
part
saying.
of Cascadia.
That's what I'm saying. Because California is like the sixth largest economy
Or just
in
fuck
the
it,
world.
just let Canada, just let
I mean,
California,
dude,
just let California be its own fucking country. Fuck it.
Yeah, the California Republic.
Just let them be their.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
They'd
Because
be less oppressive than the fucking
Dude.
America. They
dude,
do
they
better shit.
are
with
the sixth. They are the sixth largest economy
I know.
in the world.
Let them be their own country. Because guess what? They're liberal.
Let just the
They're
rest of the
liberal.
rest.
And they're
Let
people.
the rest of the West Coast, let Washington, Oregon be a part of that. Like, just have the Pacific
or
States of
even not.
America.
Or even not. It'd
Pacific
still be-
States of America,
it would
the
still
three
be-
states.
it's
You know
still-
what? 4 states. Jefferson. Let's
Yeah, I agree.
say Jefferson. Be a part of it. Fuck it. Who cares? But just let
Well,
just let
what
the
if-
West Coast, be its own state.
What
Pacific
if-
States of America,
What
baby.
if Canada? What if California was its own country on its own? They'd be so powerful.
California Republic,
They'd be so powerful on their own.
and they would literally be
Their
looking at the rest of the
their
country
leaders-
and looking at
their
us to
leaders-
be sucking their dick
That's
and
fine.
bending their knee.
That's fine
I'd be okay with that.
because they're
We are the mini California anyway.
their leaders. Look at Gavin Newsom. Okay,
Yeah,
their leaders are good. Their people are good.
low key in 2028.
Everything you and me stand for, that Californians stand for. They have way more power.
Low key in
And they
2028.
have all the military bases too.
And also, they have the largest, Air Force in the entire domestic United States in California,
Oh, yeah.
outside of,
Oh, yeah.
it's outside of Fresno or Madera. It's, I forgot
The
exactly.
California military said, "Fuck you. We're gonna be our own country." They couldn't stop them. They couldn't.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They couldn't stop them.
Yep.
And then that would let Texas.
Oh,
That would let Texas be its own thing. That would let Oregon and and Washington. That would be the trigger.
Dude.
That would be the fucking thing to go.
actually, it
And the
just
people would
it just
support it.
reminded me of the movie by A24 called Civil War. Because in that movie, the lore is that Texas and California actually unite together as 2 states, as like the.
That wouldn't happen.
Well, weirdly enough, at least
Not right this minute. In 10 years, maybe.
10 years, sure.
Because Texas is turning blue. People don't realize it. But it's
Purple,
turning-
yeah, they're
No,
a
they're
purple
purple
state,
already.
and also
They're already
California
purple.
is also.
They're
They have a
already
lot of
purple.
counties that are red as fucking California, and there's obviously a shitload of fucking counties in Texas that are red, but also very blue. But at the same time, the blue areas in Texas and California,
Are growing.
but at the same time, relatively, weirdly enough, kind of the same.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Yes.
And the red areas
Yeah.
are also relatively the same. So it's like, if you think about it, like if
Makes sense.
Texas,
That would
were
make
to
sense.
secede, and maybe the West Coast, like, whether it's the Pacific States in America or like just California itself.
At that point, Texas and they would just take over Arizona, Nevada, and
Yeah, like there will be
just
like,
connect them, just
those other,
corridor.
the Southwest
They just-
states.
They just
Yeah, the Southwest
they would
states will
just
be
say,
like,
"This is ours."
yo, there's like economic, benefit doing this. Fuck it, we're just doing it. Yeah, like,
They couldn't stop them.
yeah.
Arizona couldn't stop Texas and California.
Have you ever
saying,
seen
You're
that?
ours.
Dude, have
You're
you
ours,
seen,
you can't
have you
stop
seen
us.
the movie Civil War? Because
No.
I think you would
I've
love
never
the
seen
fuck. Dude, yeah, I think you would love the fuck out of it. It's a weirdly like a war drama, but it's mostly in the perspective of journalists. So it's like a war drama, but not a war drama because it's in a perspective of the journalists. But it's actually genuinely a really good film because I was watching it on my flight
So
back
all
home.
these ideas that we have,
Mm-hmm.
and you're very passionate about, right?
Yeah, 100%.
You burning that flag means nothing compared to you holding that flag up as a symbol of fucking optimism.
Well, it depends on.
Your
it's the
protests don't mean
symbology.
shit.
It's
Your
the symbology.
Your protest is meaningless compared to that hope.
No, it's not. because
Take the American flag, put the Cascadia fucking thing on the front of it. Now what does the American flag mean?
Well, the Cascadian flag is more valuable.
Whoa,
No, the
Logan,
Cascadian flag.
Whoa.
No, the Cascadian flag would be more valuable to me more than the American flag.
You slap that on top.
I mean, if we had an Oregonian flag and some people were at a protest wanting to burn that, I'd be like, yo, what the fuck you doing? Why?
Yeah, that's where I'm coming from.
Well, that's where the subjective mindset comes from.
That's fine. I'm not telling people they can't have the subjective mindset. I can still tell them they're wrong because they don't understand yet.
That's okay.
They don't
That's
understand.
okay.
It's like, what did Karl Marx?
I don't feel offended by that.
Actually, it's not okay because what did Karl Marx say?
I mean,
What did he say?
it is.
He said there will eventually be a class consciousness where the proletariat will universally around the world get together and understand their class fucking oppression. Okay? So I disagree.
Well, you can still achieve that without having to necessarily burn or preserve a flag.
People need to fucking understand shit. And
Well, they don't necessarily have to. Well, they don't have to do that with or without a flag. They don't necessarily have to have a banner or a flag, to do that. Not necessarily, because anarcho-syndicalism.
Why do you love the Cascadian flag so much, then?
Because it represents, my, Amish, born and raised, in the Pacific Northwest.
But other people support it too. That's why.
For different reasons.
But that's why.
For different reasons. I support it because I was born and raised here in Oregon in the Pacific Northwest. And this is my home. And I value my home more than the rest of the country or the rest of the world, and not as a major extent, but in the sense of just this is where I live.
I disagree. The flag is not about. That's the Oregon flag. The Cascadia flag.
I'm not talking about Oregon flag. I'm talking about the Cascadian flag at that point.
I know, but what you're talking about would be there's my home. No. The Cascadia flag would be a movement towards, just like the American flag was, towards liberation, towards freedom, towards unification of people who have a similar idea, not the same idea, similar idea of what they want.
An idea of solidarity. I mean, yeah, that's okay. That's fine.
And
I'm not against that.
To me, what the American flag was supposed to represent originally, just like Jesus' doctrine, what it's supposed to originally mean before. You keep interrupting me.
Oh, okay.
What it's supposed to mean symbolically, what it was supposed to mean was unifying under a banner to do things that are good for everyone, whether they come from a different understanding. They understand that. They understand that thing that they do as a group is going to be good for the collective. And that gives me hope. So when someone says, protest this war on Iraq. Now, your Iraq war is actually meaningless compared to my hope.
Well,
the Iraq war is gone and past. My hope still exists.
I mean, it really isn't.
My idea for the Federation of Planets still exists. Long after that war is gone.
It still does. But the thing is, the influence that the Iraq war has had. It's not a tiny grain, though. The Iraq war is not a tiny grain. It's a 20 decade.
My hope is the tiny grain.
It's a 2 decade.
My hope is the tiny grain, the insignificant nothingness that will never probably ever happen.
That's not how they feel. To an Assyrian, that's not how they feel.
But if Bernie,
to an Lebanese, that's not how they feel.
We had 500 Bernies in all the offices for 8 years, and we made you say it won't happen. Exactly. That's why I say it's an insignificant tiny grain of hope.
We never have, and we didn't have that.
But the structure.
I mean, we literally overthrew Gaddafi with the French.
I'm saying that's hypothetical because it is possible to do some shit like that.
But how haven't done that before? When it comes to a lot of these people with Iraq and Syria.
It's structurally there to happen. We just haven't done it yet. The same way communism truly hasn't happened.
It's never going to happen, though, because, capitalistic, oppression and these corporate, military-industrial complex.
Real communism won't ever happen, because it hasn't happened yet because of capitalism, corporate greed. Come on now, dude.
Dude, like that's kind of a very like naive way to kind of put it.
No, it isn't.
No, it's not.
When
it comes to imperialistic oppression,
you think that communism is likely to happen on a global scale, the way it should?
I don't personally believe that because I'm not a communist.
But if it happened, you would agree with it. The way real communism, because true communism has never happened.
A stateless class society, sure, it hasn't because of capitalistic
But if it
intervention
did-
in a lot of countries.
But
Like,
you said capitalist intervention, and that's what I was just. You just told me that what I'm trying to dream up can't happen because of capitalism. You just said that.
wait, what?
You just said that what I'm trying to advocate for cannot happen because of the capitalist structure that we have today. It hasn't happened and it won't happen. And I just said, well, the same thing can be said about communism.
I disagree with that.
But the hope is still there.
I don't disagree with that either.
So we should still
Because
keep
I'm a
hoping.
very hopeful motherfucker despite
Me
being
too,
very
exactly. That's
Well,
why we're having
I mean,
these.
yeah,
That's why we're having these talks.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's why I'm kind of really confused. I'm like, wait, we're disagreeing despite agreeing? Wait, what? Huh? I was kind of really confused for a moment. I was like, wait, what?
To you, the American flag represents a.
I think a lot of it is just maybe it's because of the flag shit. It's like,
I
fuck that. Who cares? Oh,
I do. I do.
well, you know what? That's not really ultimately the main point. It's ultimately like the philosophy and like all this other shit. Like the flag of the painters,
That's why you're not
whatever
understanding my
that shit
philosophy.
represents.
That's why you're not understanding my philosophy. What
Well,
if
I am. I'm just saying,
No,
like,
then explain.
well,
me.
it's not.
I've been telling you for an hour. Then, if you
Well, let's not
you
look
get-
at. Let's
no,
not
no,
look
no,
at
I want
symbolism.
to
though.
hear. I want to hear your paraphrase of Logan's philosophy on the Jesus doctrine and American flag and what those are supposed to mean.
Jesus would not give a fuck about the American flag. I mean, if anything, he would actually kind of like whip the people that would try to care about it and be like, how dare you care about this? Like, I'm, Jesus. Like, like we're going to be caring about, like, this shit where it's like, oh, fuck you. Whatever. Fuck off. It's like,
You went whoop. Drop your beer. You went whip. No, come on, dude. You have to admit that was funny. You want to give a. Hey, high five, man. That was a funny moment. Hey, it's just a beer, man. It's just a fucking beer,
Whatever.
man. Like, but what have I been trying to say this whole time?
I kind of forget.
I'm just trying to say that what it's supposed to represent, despite what it represents now, I philosophically have ignored what it represents. That's what you're not understanding. I ignore that the Bible represents oppression today. I ignore that the American flag represents destruction and war all around the world. I ignore that because I don't want it to mean that. I want it to mean something else because I have a little teeny tiny grain of hope that it could mean something else because there's the structure there.
Yeah.
Jesus' gospel and the American flag, what it was supposed to mean, has the structure there. It's still there today with the right people in power to mean
All
some
right.
shit like
Oh,
the
fuck it.
Federation of Planets. No, it does.